So, you're thinking about quitting something, right? Whether that's cigarettes or alcohol or something else entirely, you already know it's a tough road. But what if you had a brand new ally in your corner? Today, we're going to explore a really promising tool that's got scientists buzzing, and it just might be the support you've been looking for.
Seriously, just pause and think about that for a second. What if that daily uphill battle against cravings, against anxiety, what if it could just ease up? Imagine making that path to your next chapter a whole lot smoother and maybe even more successful. That's the big question we're diving into today.
Okay, let's get right into it. And first, let's just be honest about something. Quitting is incredibly hard. If you've tried before and it didn't stick, you are so not alone. The struggle is real, and frankly, the tools we've traditionally been given often just don't cut it.
And look, the numbers back this up. When you see a statistic like this, success rates often dipping below 25%, that's not a reflection on your willpower, not at all. It's a massive sign that the methods themselves aren't enough, leaving a huge gap that needs to be filled.
This chart really just lays it all out, plain and simple. I mean, look at those numbers for things like nicotine replacement or prescription aids. They help some people, sure, but the success rates are, well, they're not great. That's why that third bar is there at 100%. It's basically screaming that we urgently need new, better solutions, and that's where things get interesting.
So, what is this new ally we're talking about? Let me introduce you to cannabidiol, or as you probably know it, CBD. It's a completely natural compound that's getting some serious scientific attention for its incredible potential to support your body and mind through the quitting process.
Okay, so what in the world is CBD exactly? It comes from the cannabis plant, but here's what you really need to know. It's non-intoxicating. That means it does not get you high. It has a fantastic safety profile, and crucially, it has zero potential for abuse. Think of it as a therapeutic compound, not a recreational one.
This right here is probably the most important distinction we need to make. Everybody's heard of THC, right? That's the compound in cannabis that causes a high. CBD is its non-psychoactive cousin. It's a completely different player. With CBD, you're getting the potential therapeutic benefits without any of that intoxicating effect. That is the key difference.
So how does this stuff actually work? Well, it's not magic, it's some pretty cool science. Let's break down how CBD acts like a tune-up for your system, helping restore the very balance that addiction and withdrawal throw so far out of whack.
Okay, this is fascinating. Your body has this amazing built-in balancing act called the endocannabinoid system. Think of it like your body's master regulator for mood, stress, reward, the whole shebang. Well, addiction basically throws a wrench into that whole system, creating chaos. What CBD does is it interacts with that system, gently helping to guide it back toward its natural balanced state.
So what does restoring balance actually feel like for you on this journey? Well, it means those cravings that feel so intense and overwhelming, they can start to lose their sharp edge. It means the anxiety and stress that always seem to creep in when you're quitting can be eased. It can even help calm some of the physical stuff. Essentially, it helps you break that vicious cycle.
Now, this isn't just a bunch of theory. We're talking about real evidence from actual human studies. Scientists have been putting CBD to the test, and honestly, the results they're seeing are incredibly exciting. This is the proof in the pudding.
Let's just start with this number, because it's a big one. In one study, smokers who used a CBD inhaler cut down on the number of cigarettes they smoked by 40%. 40%! And get this, that happened in just 1 week. That is a huge result in a very short amount of time. And it's not just about a quick fix. It's about staying power. This one blows my mind. In a study with people recovering from heroin addiction, a single dose of CBD was shown to reduce cravings brought on by triggers for a full week. 1 dose, 7 days of relief. That's a remarkable finding. And what's really amazing is that we're seeing these kinds of positive results across the board. For nicotine users, it helps your brain sort of ignore the smoking triggers. For opioids, it dials down that intense anxiety when you're faced with a cue. For alcohol, it literally helps cool down the "I want that now" part of the brain. It's tackling the problem at its roots. Look, you don't have to take my word for it. This quote from the source material really says it all. One of the most promising, novel approaches to emerge in decades. That is not a small statement. That's a reflection of a real shift in the scientific community, recognizing CBD as a serious, powerful new tool. So, after seeing all the science and the incredible results, you might be thinking, okay, so what's next? How would I even start? Let's talk about taking that next step and how you can do it with total confidence.
First things first, and this is the most important part, safety. We've got to circle back to this. Human studies consistently show that CBD has an excellent safety profile, and it's well tolerated by most people. And remember, because it's non-intoxicating and has no potential for abuse, it's a secure option to explore.
And what's great is that you've got options. You can use things like oils or tinctures, which are perfect for finding a flexible dose that's just right for you. There are capsules for precise, easy, consistent daily use. And for those really tough moments, an inhaler or vaporizer can offer really rapid relief from an acute craving. There's a method to fit your life.
You know, when you boil it all down, this is really about empowerment. It's about having better, more effective tools to help you succeed. The science is pointing towards a future where quitting feels less like a constant fight and more like a supported, manageable transition. Of course, it's always a great idea to chat with a healthcare professional to see if CBD is right for your personal journey. The only real question left is the one you see right here. Are you ready to write your next chapter?